Five, four, three, two, one. Good afternoon.
Good evening from Naples.
And from Hollywood, Florida.
There you go, man. How you doing tonight, Ralph?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Just having the time of my life.
Oh man, just having the time of my life trying to figure this stuff out as we go, huh?
Absolutely.
It, it's
Hey,
really it's really fun, right?
welcome to 2021.
That's it. Where we're
Technology.
getting more and more into these advanced software programs. I think this is the third one we've already tried to incorporate, but it's all a learning process, and we want to sound the best and look the best. Like, that's one of the topics that we might touch base on today. But there's definitely a lot of stuff to talk about, huh? Today is
Absolutely.
February 2nd, 2021. I feel good. It still feels good to say 2021 after the 2020.
COVID-19.
Once again, why we're here. So just real quick, the Valentine's Day is around the corner. Did you hear about that? The Kraft macaroni and cheese. It's going to be pink.
Yes, I heard about it, and I think it's a great marketing ploy.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be cheesy and yellow, and it's going to be pink. And I think it's not. It's even a candy flavor. I don't know. It's just kind of a mind altering thing right there for me.
Well, all right, so let's go ahead and talk about our show today. What we're going to talk about there, Alex.
We're gonna go off of a couple different topics. We got some feedback, but the titles for today's topics go with the right mindset. We're gonna go with the power of informational interviews. Start by building yourself, and the power of your personal brand. What do you think about that?
Ooh, I just love it. That
Some
sounds
juicy
familiar.
topics there, right?
That sounds familiar.
I think it does. Where did I you told me to make it simple and something that we know. So where did I get this information from?
I guess it's a great book by a great author, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's our host, Rafael Rodriguez, Hollywood, Florida, ladies and
The
gentlemen.
Killer Salesperson Within You.
The killer salesperson. I love the title.
Oh, thank you.
How
That's
long
what
did
we
you write?
want you to be when you're all done with all our podcasts. A killer salesperson.
Killer, instinctive, intuitive.
Shark.
That's it. Take over.
Love it.
From experience, we'll speak from too. And we hope to hear from the audience at the same time to hear their experiences in and out on a daily basis. We will interview some, any day people just like us, friends and not friends, but, all in the sales world, going to school, whatever it may be. But let's get on to the first topic here. We'll go ahead and start it off with the right mindset. Ralph, when you were writing this book, you had to be in a mindset.
Absolutely. You got to get into the zone. I mean, athletes do it, business people do it, kids do it. So you have to get into that frame of mind. You got to be in the now,
The zone.
the zone. You got to be on. That's what people call it. Hey man, I'm on the zone. I'm just killing it. I'm
Hmm.
just and have you noticed when somebody makes a sale? What's the first thing you tell them? Get back on the phone. You're hot. Go ahead, keep it going.
Oh yeah, that's the whole. Oh man, it's the whole story. Is the if you're training somebody and somebody's out there in sales, and they're gonna have a good day if they start the day with the sale. You know what I'm saying? Because what that creates is the momentum at the end of the day. Go ahead. Don't it's still five o'clock. You got a couple hours. Stay on the phone, but it's the challenging and learning aspects of things. At the end of the day, you don't have a sale all day long. You're like, oh, I'm bummed out. Are you that killer sales rep that still pulls in that sale in the last hour of the day? It's another good thing to hit right there. Another topic.
Oh, I man, I used to call them my heroes. It's freaking 11 o'clock in the morning, and we got 40 more sales to go,
Mm.
so we can go home.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know about you, but Saturdays, as soon as you start getting later in the day, people starts disappearing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So you got to one of the things, not to backtrack or get off topic, but
Hmm.
we used to take our goals instead of dividing it by 6 days. We used to say we're gonna get our goals in 4.5 days.
Why? So you get the
Work
weekend off?
Work hard for the first 4.5 days, 5 days, and just cruise in on your last day.
How important is that to hit goals early on?
Oh my God, it's huge, and that's
Huge.
part of the reasons why, our unit was known of hitting our numbers.
Hmm.
Uh, you know, uh, and we had some salespeople that hit their numbers, and they actually we used to call them the Save a Rep Foundation. Because everything is all about numbers. So
It's all about
you
revenue. So
you
they're
needed to
literally
make sure that
saving.
your average was high enough to cover for that guy that was just dragging the whole team. But you got that team mentality that we were just helping the team.
That's it. You put in your sweat equity. That's what we mentioned before. But getting back on topic with the mindset, every job definitely requires a different kind of mindset and perspective at the end of the day. Understanding why certain jobs require a certain mindset can, definitely help a lot in achieving success in any particular field at any given time. You have to basically be ready to go in and go in to learn everything and as positive as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. But tell me something that you remember that you really got into the mindset, and I mean you really zoned in and you were just killing it. I know you got couple of those days that you can recall and say, man, I was on the zone.
Oh no, of course. During all the different business endeavors that we've had, I tell you what, every one of them, I could tell you at least three stories from each of them. It's what
Well, we don't have that much time, Alex.
I know, but the best one, I'll tell you, it was probably the most recent situation where, after we had parted ways from Florida Home Improvements, it was time to, all right, I have the knowledge, let's put it to work and let's put all these different models on paper, research, and find out what's gonna make it happen. So that's when we developed the me and Shane, Mr. Shane, what was it, 5-star home advisors, and we were really motivated to get that thing off the ground. We had a gorgeous office space right across from a nice golf course. I got to go play golf,
Yeah.
work hard, play golf. That's always the goal there. But we I don't know, within 30 days we were almost at a quarter million. I'm sorry, not 30, 60 days. After the first month, we were really going. We drew a nice like test tube on the wall. It looked like something funny, but we would
A
fill it up,
barometer.
75. Yes, there you go. But mine looked awful. I have pictures of it. Trust me. This is all photographed and everything. But it was 75,000, 100, 150, 200, and 250. I'm like, me and Artie, we're gonna kill it. We had how many people knocking on doors? It was fun, and we were pitching home improvement products, and representing other home improvement companies, which was real cool to turn the revenue. So it was a grind, day in, day out, hustling, interviewing, calling, setting appointments, confirming the appointments, running the sales calls, making sure the sales calls were ran, following up. It was all in a nutshell, just mass chaos that was controlled, and we were killing it because our mindset was just locked in.
Awesome, awesome.
Come on, let's hear one of yours. Come on, I know you have some great, old, dust off true green stories.
Oh well, definitely call centers. I mean, uh, I always go back to the boiler room. I
Mm,
mean, we recreated that scene 1,000 times. Um, and at the end of the day, it's not just having fun, but part of fun is creating that mindset. Because what you're doing is you're just zoning in into that target. And a lot of people don't know how to do that. They don't know how to zone in, and and it happens to us even at doing this show where
hmm
we get so excited about what we're talking about, and we kind of go off tangent. Well, there's nothing
But I
different.
want to let the audience know that's gonna happen. I hope you love it. If you don't,
Oh,
let
sorry.
you can let us know about it, and we're gonna be
we
polite no matter what.
we do have ADD, but let me tell you.
I believe before we went on the radio or the podcast, whatever we're calling this new technology we're on, that's wonderful. I literally said, we have ADD. Let's stay on topic. And, we still had a great show. We had fun, and that's what we're here for us to have fun and you to have fun listening. and we're looking to expand the base at the end of the day. Um, Mindset. What else do we have on mindset?
Um, it, I think that it's every morning when you set your goals,
Mm-hmm.
it's all part of the mindset. So you got all. Think of it as a stair. Okay, in order for you to go to the next level,
Mm-hmm.
each step is a different process. Either it's goal setting, the recruiting, and how strong you built each base. That's what's going to determine how far you go on that stairs.
Gotcha. It's all from the beginning of the morning, you know. Extreme Ownership is another great book. I forgot the author, Jaco, I believe it is. Sorry, but I'll definitely look that up. But it's all about
You
owning absolutely everything.
you know Jerry Maguire?
Show me the
Show me the
money.
money. No, but
My kids say
there was I can't remember the guy's name. His name is Dig something,
hmm
where he used to tell Jerry, this is what you got to do. You clap your hands and you say to yourself, "It's gonna be a great morning.
It's gonna be a great morning. Great
It's
movie.
gonna be a great morning." And that's a mindset and the attitude that you need to take,
Uh-huh.
and that's part of being zoning in. And when you walked into that office, no matter how many problems you have, and you know the COVID-19, the unemployment, you forget all that. You get
hmm
into that zone. You get
No,
into that
definitely,
zone.
man. You leave those problems at the door at the end of the day. You have to. No matter what happens, it's all a mindset, a positive attitude situation. I had the book
Amen. Amen, brother.
I had the book The Secret around, and I was lucky enough to have a pretty good mentor and trainer early in high school. Even, dude, I was balling in high school, so it was fun. But Dan Prigi, he's now like the number one southeastern United States Comcast business to business sales department there is. He's killing it. Got a lot of good friends in there that are having fun and making money with him. But I learned a lot, and it's all about the mindset. I was a kid, but I had a mindset that it was my world, my time to take over, and I just had a phone and somebody on the other side, and I was conveying some message, selling a product, service, having fun.
And talking about having fun, let's jump into the power of personal brand.
Next topic, right on cue.
Oh man. Not that I'm trying to keep it on cue, but I'm trying my best here.
No, I love it. The power of your personal brand, and that's what I try to, and you try to instill in everybody as well. It's not necessarily you're not selling the company first. It's you. At the end of the day, you sold yourself to that company to get the job. You sold
But
yourself
you
to
know
the
what?
dealership to get the car.
Think about this for a moment. And it doesn't matter if you're looking for a job, you're selling, or who is the best person, who's the best cheerleader for yourself? Who's the best one? Who should be the best salesperson?
I'm looking at him right now, and,
Oh,
and the
thanks. I
person in the mirror,
appreciate that,
the
Alex.
person in the mirror.
The
Not
person
you.
in the mirror. You gotta look. You gotta look in the mirror, and you gotta say, "That's a great guy right there."
Mm,
And if you can't say it, then there's something wrong. You need to go back and see what you need to do to go ahead and be that guy. But you gotta look in the mirror and say, "Man, I love that guy."
that's it, man. I love him. That's one good-looking dude, whether I am or not. Every
Well,
morning.
let's not lie. Let's not lie too much now.
Oh, come on. You got to. You fake it till you make it, right? But
You
at the
mean
end
to
of the
tell me
day,
that ugly dog you said, "Oh, how cute it is"? How many times you said that?
oh, jeez. All right. We need to, instantly, if you're uh, in a position where you're looking to get a job in sales, or if you're in sales, or if you're running a sales team, or if you are a business owner, your image is important to who you're trying to convey your situation to at the end of the day for each particular realm, right? So you're always working on your brand. Your brand is, will play a huge role in your success as a salesman in your career, and pretty much anything that you take, and take your time to do.
And here's what I'm gonna say: stop being lazy. Stop watching shows, the telenovela, or whatever Netflix show you're thinking about, and let's start working on you.
That's it. There's so much opportunity out there. It's at the grasp of our fingertips. You hear businesses going out of business, and that's so sad and that's so unfortunate in this hard time. But then you hear of all the different innovative ideas that are starting to come out from businesses that are now starting to thrive. Like even some of the insurance stuff that I get involved with, it's been an in-home sales experience. For the most part. And now some companies that weren't killing it before are now killing it over the phone, which was not. The leads were so dear. Let's not go see this person. Let's go see him. But now you can't see him and you're doing it over the phone. It's totally different, adapting and marketing different, everything, right?
Well, that's what it boils down to. When you start building your brand, the first thing you need to do is research, study, start mimicking and copying what's working. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Okay, the wheel was invented many, 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 many years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, um, you can go ahead and tweak it. That's no problem. Make it your own. I can assure you that even though you think you're making it your own, somebody else might have thought about it. The only
Hmm.
difference is that probably you execute it or the other person executed and you didn't.
Well, how many great lines do you hear in books that you read, that you should say this in front of a homeowner, and then you read, some people might read the book and it's like, no way I can say this sentence in front of a homeowner. But when you say it, the homeowner looks at you and it kind of brings everything to realization that we're here for, to help you, and we want your business at the end of the day. But
Yeah.
your personal brand, if you're able to look the part and know enough to be dangerous, it's extremely important right at the beginning.
And the right next to the on the same topic is that take advice from professionals, people that already have done it, people that already walked the path.
No, no, that gets right into the start by building yourself topic, and we will get into the power of the informational interviews, which I think is a very good aspect of things, and I got a couple stories to tell there. But when we're start by building yourself, definitely your study, you research, you learn, and we were talking about today. It's crazy the information that we have in front of us in our hands, this computer screen, Google and YouTube. You can literally find out anything that you want.
Anything.
How are we right here using Riverside FM? Thank you for this, free trial. I think we like it, but at the same time, we're using Anchor, and it's all from an article from a podcast blog or whatever it is, or we listen to the podcast or the YouTube channel to figure it out. But it's pretty cool.
Well, you fake it till you make it, no?
That's it. So anything that you want to sell, YouTube it, and I promise you, after 15 minutes, you might know enough to be dangerous.
Absolutely. Well, and once you learn it, what you need to do is that you need to work on your pitches. Okay, regardless of what you're doing, you should have your pitch, which is your tool, which is your knife. I mean, how many
Well,
people you think is going to
hold
go
on.
to war?
I want you to talk a little bit about that real quick. The pitches, like how important is a pitch? What do you mean by a
Oh, the
pitch?
pitch is the
Is it
most.
something that you're actually, are you typing it? Are you word redlining it? Are you changing it? Are you seeing what's fit? Are you sticking with the same pitch? Like what are you doing with the pitch?
Well, the first thing you need to do is, depending on what company you're working with, if they're giving you a pitch, you learn that pitch. And I'm going to tell you as a sales trainer that if I have you that come in and I'm filming a movie and you say, Alex, you say, Rafael, I don't like the script. Why don't you change the script? What do you think as a producer I'm going to do?
Do you even explain how long you've been producing, or do you just do you just tell them like what's going on right away?
I don't
Do
care. I'm the producer.
you?
What do you think is going to happen with you?
Oh, he might be sweeping the floor.
You're out of here. Out of here. Get
Are you
out of
sweeping
here.
the floor?
I don't
Get
want to
out of
hear
here.
it. See ya.
See
Don't
ya.
want to be ya. Now, if I
Adios.
have a Bruce Willis who comes over here, or a Jimmy Fox, or any great freaking actor,
Hmm.
and they tell me, "Hey, Raphael, why don't we change Sylvester Stallone? he comes and say, "Hey, Raphael, why don't we
Here
change
goes the
the
accent.
why don't we change the script to this? You know what I'm gonna say? Hey, man, you're right. Let's do it. You know why?
Definitely taking advice from the professionals.
Well, you know, either Tom Cruise, Sylvester Stallone, they done it. They
Mm,
made it. They bring in millions and millions of dollars to the freaking to their film just with
mhm,
their name.
mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and listen to what they're saying, Mister Alex DeLuca. I'm sorry, man, but you ain't that you ain't that hot. So that's how important the pitch is.
Mhm.
The pitch is so important that you need to go ahead and grind it and over and don't change it. You got to work on it because a lot of people what they do is that they go ahead and say, hey, I don't like the way they keep switching around. They don't know what
It's a
works.
pretty bad idea to do that. You will totally lose track of personal, basically accountability of checking yourself of where you're losing the sale more or less when you have an opportunity. I've seen it time and time again where a process isn't followed, and then not necessarily the right outcome comes out, but it does happen. But that's when it comes, practicing the conversations, are the best tools a salesman have. That's our conversation, our our like to talk, our like of people. It all works out for us.
And guys, when people say I want to buy, you shut up.
Right,
Don't
right,
keep
right.
on the script. Just
No,
shut up and say, okay, take their money and go.
exactly. I only take 25% down. Grab the checkbook. I do quick math. 25% of 15 grand. All right, cool. It's gonna be like 3,500 bucks. Go grab the checkbook. I got lunch to eat, and the next appointment's coming around the corner.
So the script is great, but just keep in mind you have to have some psychology behind it, and you got to be able to move it around and tweak it. And I used to tell people that you work on the objections first before you work on your actual pitch.
No, of
And the
course,
reason
killing all the objections. That's a great point.
uh,
Why
the
wait? Why
top
wait till the end?
the top 10 objections you should know it by heart.
Mm,
I mean,
very
play
good.
the freaking hot potato and give them an objection. I mean, role play is huge, huge, because
Oh
what role
yes,
play does, it's
gets the
talking about
marbles out of the
football,
mouth.
talking about football. Do you think that the two teams that are going to the Super Bowl, do you think they're not going to train? I mean, they're going to the Super Bowl. Why should they train?
I know, right? Real quick on that topic, I got to talk about this because I laughed my ass off. I love what's it Gronkowski from Tampa Bay, the tight end guy, really cool dude. I guess in the offseason, Tampa Bay had him run sprints every day. So and record it and send it via quarantine. You have to run sprints. This is your conditioning. So what Gronk did was, per his teammates, just blasted him on social media. Says Gronk would take like 12 shirts to the field, record 12 different sprints and 12 different shirts, and send it back into the GM. And says, "Here's my conditioning."
Okay.
Creativity there, right?
Yeah, I tell you.
Jeez. All
But
right.
anyways, so you got to do it. You got to train. You got to train. At the end of the day, I don't care if you're a superstar, you still train. Do you think LeBron James doesn't practice?
And LeBron James, I believe, spends $1 million a year on his body, so that includes practicing, working out, and eating, and whatever whatever else $1 million gets you a year to do on your body.
Ah. So, anyways, and last but not least, you got to observe the psychological signs from people. You got to be able to read the signs. You got to read the buying signals. The buying signals are like the ding 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 ding, and you
Hmm.
got to be able to recognize it.
No, yeah,
And some
definitely.
people don't know how to do that.
Buyers are liars at the end of the day. The most skeptic person is the one that wants to buy from you while you're there. Don't prejudge anybody at the door. I've been fallen guilty to that so many times, but you don't prejudge anybody. You go through the entire step, the system of what your company is saying, to do. We have the 10 steps of high definition selling. We talk about all the time the book with the, Raphael's book at the same time, but there's all, just follow the system, follow the script, and practice it.
So right along, let's go ahead and jump into the power of informational interviews.
What is that? What
Well,
is
how do you want me to explain it? It's the
exactly the way to.
best tool that exists that you're picking people's brain that have been there before.
Hmm.
As simple as that. And you don't necessarily have to do an interview. You can watch a podcast from Elon Musk, the Bill Gates, and in your mind, you're asking the question, and hopefully, you're getting the answer as they're speaking.
Yeah,
Um,
whatever industry you're in, I'm sure you'll be able to find the interviews on Google and on YouTube and on like there's podcasts, and we're keeping in touch with the podcast community. It's grown pretty quick. It's going to get on the path of blogs and whatever it may be, but just finding out from the person that is already in the position that you want to be in or might want to be in or inspire to be in or want to figure out more about. I'm trying to watch like who's the best podcasting person to watch, famous or not. There's a ton of them out there. It's fun, but who's the best insurance salesperson in my county, car salesperson in my county, home improvement sales. What's the best who sells the most roofs in town? Let's go after them and find out what they're doing. Um, what How do you suggest doing that?
I mean, one of the things is that definitely you can't go to the necessarily to the competitor. Uh,
Out
that's
of
one
state,
thing.
out of state, you can stay industry related.
But definitely out of state. I highly recommend going to either trade shows, conventions within your particular industry. Um, I love going to conventions. You get to meet some excellent people that are not necessarily direct competitors of yours, so
Hmm.
they're willing to share that secret sauce that otherwise, Joe Blow down the corner who's selling XYZ, he's not going to tell you. But those conventions are golden. I mean, that's better than a freaking uh, three 3 hour course in
Oh, I
college.
love it. And you
That's a
really get to
master's.
experience a lot, meet a lot of different people, and being into Fort Myers over here, and I want to really start getting out and meeting, networking, and meet new people, just like we did in Miami-Dade and Broward County. But just the information online that's already been recorded is it's already there too. Anything that you want to listen to.
And you got to take the internet with a grain of salt because there's a lot of snake salespeople out there.
Um,
Do your research, research, research.
that's it.
Uh,
Always research.
wasn't it Ronald Reagan that said you can take the information, but make sure you do your due diligence?
Mm. Reagan, he's a good
I don't
guy,
know
right?
the exact quote, and anybody that knows the exact quote, please put it on
Let
the
us know.
comments.
No, definitely. Real quick, I was actually talking with a good friend, and he just listened to this show. He called me. He wants to, he's going back to school. He's my age. He's a really cool guy, and he actually said, we'll interview you. You can talk about your new experiences the next month or so once we figure this out. But he was excited about that. He asked me like, how do I find out the information? I'm like, I don't know. Start googling it, and I'm like, wait, I did this once a long time ago. Ready for it? All right. I was like, call anywhere you want and say you're in college, Syracuse, you're up in New York, right? And say you're doing a research paper. Ask them, get the person that has your answers, get them on the phone, tell them you have a research paper. You're writing it. And ask them any question you want. See if it works. You can't lose. But that's a clever way to get in there. I've done that with a couple times. How many different business plans have you written down on paper?
Me in particular,
Yeah, just kidding.
ah, for clients, for myself, at least 100 plus,
Yeah. What
easily
about
100
not for
plus.
clients, just for yourself, like ideas and business plans? Like, all right, let's put the numbers together and see what it takes to go.
Um, 50 plus.
I know. All right. So once again, your age triumphs me in number, but
Oh, thanks.
all right, I'm gonna go with a dozen, right? But I have the green book. I've written it down, and I've done that before with certain things. From I'm crazy. Christmas tree farms to sock companies to I'll keep a couple to myself, and we'll go from there. Real cool stuff.
Well, and the one thing you got to be careful of, and again, it's about being on the zone. You got to focus, and a lot of times, and we have this tendency, especially in my younger age, that I was trying to hustle five, six, seven different things, and never became a master of one.
You've done that your whole life?
Pretty much. I mean, it
Am I
it
like the
took
younger
me
version of you in business?
my younger version, yes. And the other day I asked you, what will you ask you know, your 20-year ago, well, it won't be 20, but let's say 10, 15
Yeah.
years ago guy.
Mm.
My conversation with my younger guy would
Yeah,
have
what
been,
would that
dude,
be?
focus and do one thing, get good at it, and keep going to the next instead of, trying to do seven or eight different things at the same time.
Gotcha.
That's my little ADD that I have, and I just like to be, I'm all wired up.
That's it,
I'm
man.
on.
I'm always wired up. Even my wife will listen to this at the end when we're done now. She's like, "You need to slow down." I'm like, "Slow down. I'm a little kid again. This is like Christmas. I got this thing for my voice. I got a new mic. I'm having fun. It's like before we would go on air. It's the butterflies before a baseball game I had back in the day. It's really cool stuff. But real quick, the power of informational interviews. If you had to pick one person, who would you interview?
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
Yes.
Like, all right.
Yes.
Bill Gates. What if that sorry, Apple, you not Tim Cook, but
Steve.
yeah, if he was alive, would you want to interview him over Bill Gates?
I still go with Bill Gates.
All right. You know who I'm going to say?
And then Elon Musk would be my second guy.
You know who I'm going to say? Mr. Elon Musk. I tell you what, like
He's a
I have
great
an
character.
email typed up to him. I'm going to blast him a couple times. I'm going to send him emails. I really want to help him and help myself with those Tesla solar panels and develop along all the major highways in like at least Florida, because that's where I'm at, and throw those solar panels on the roof or those things and try to help them out. But if you look it up, some houses might have not like overloaded or went in the negative route with that roof, but it's a really, really neat roof. And being in the home improvement industry, I really want to get my hands on that. Talking about Elon Musk, did you see that rocket today?
No, I didn't get a chance. I was actually working.
No, that's very good. I have an iPhone right here, and it's always on my side, and I that's one of the things that excites me. The guy wants to go to Mars. We were talking about him the other day. Did everything opposite from paper to PayPal and gas to electric and crashing rockets to landing rockets. He tried to land the rocket today, but it didn't go so good. It's his second in a month or so. The thing went 32,000 feet. It's 165 feet tall, and actually hovered there for 32,000 feet for a moment. It was a masterpiece in the sky, and then it, belly flopped down and kind of didn't land right. It was awesome though.
Yeah, but I can assure you that Ellen, he's going to find the positive of that particular failure
Every time.
and work on that.
Oh, heck yeah.
That's just him.
And
And that's what we got to do on our own selves is look for the wins.
that's it. Look for the wins. He definitely won today when he launched that thing up in the air and it exploded. We definitely won today when we used our new app here and we're talking to you guys. Please, T Talks. We're going to give you something to talk about tomorrow every day. Going to give you live content, insights into big wins in business and every day in life. I am your host, Alex DeLuca.
And my name is Rafael Rodriguez.
I'll see you later from Naples.
And talk to you later. Good night, everybody.
Good night.